Hello, hello, hello. Let's just double check to make sure that we are live. Um, Good morning, everyone. I know it's been a long time. I want to check the sound too to make sure I can hear everything. Yeah, we're looking good. Let's mute that so that you guys don't have to hear everything in stereo. Good morning. It is a Sunday morning, and I am. Let's see where we can put that so that it doesn't fall. Good morning. Hi, I miss you guys. It's a Sunday morning. I am getting ready to um, put together an off the mat design. I have a birthday party that someone had reached out to me and asked if I could do a Mickey Mouse for them. And I was like, yeah, no problem. However, they texted me last night and said they failed to let me know that it was today, the party was. So I said to them, I still can do it. I just need to know what time the party is so that I can try to rush to put the pieces together. And so I thought, why not bring you guys along with me as we try to create this oversized Mickey Mouse off the mat. I've already cut all of the pieces that I need to go along with Mr. Mickey. So you'll just get to watch me work and work along with me as I move forward. And then those that get to see it later, hopefully for those who like to do off the mat designs, this will be a really good example live, right? A really good live example of what goes into it, all the mistakes that go with it. And for me, working in such a tight quarter, you get to see how I try to make it all squeeze together, as you can see already, because the camera is right here in front of me. New setup that I'm trying here too. And so we're just going to make it work to try to get little Mickey here paste together. The very first thing that I like to try to do is put all my pieces together first and foremost. And just make sure that I've got everything cut properly and that his pieces will be able to connect. When you're working on off the mat, we all know that whether it's Cricut or whether it is I hope we know that the Cricut mat and the silhouette mats, they only do a cut for 12 by 12, but the actual cut surface is really only 11.75 by 12. So if you want to do any of these really large designs, you have to cut them separately off of the mat, is what it's called. So what I've done is like broken each of these pieces up into separate items and cut them so that I can make them larger. And now I'll just place them out and tape them together so that they can look at his little feet. Look how big this foot is. This is a foot. So we'll cut them out and place them together. This will go down here somewhere. And then this too is one of his balance of his shoes. He's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, he's gonna be a big guy. Look at that. That's gonna be, can you guys see that? Yep, that's how he's coming out. This piece right here will go here as part of his hand. Yep, that's going to be, and then this little piece, which I can't do on the table because it's off the screen, but I'll put it on later. And then this will be his other hand that will go over here. All right. So he's looking huge. Good. Okay, so I've got all my pieces that I need. What I'm going to do now is just flip everything over so that we can start taping on the back. I like to tape on the back. You could tape on the front if your pieces are going to cover everything. But if your pieces aren't going to cover the entire black canvas that's here on the back, you should flip it over and start taping everything on the back. This is also one of the reasons that I like to lay all my pieces out before I start taping down, so that I make sure, he's awful skinny, isn't he skinny? So that I make sure that I have everything where it needs to be. There is a very rough video of me showing how I cut these pieces out. I did, I believe, with Cinderella, Princess Cinderella. And you can go back and check to see, or I can do another video. It's kind of rough to do it though. Sorry about that. I think that is my husband upstairs dragging a chair around. You probably heard that sound like thunder. Although we did have really bad thunderstorms here in my city last night, that was not one. It actually rained so hard it woke me up about 4 o'clock, and I was like, wow. And then I couldn't get back to sleep. And then it was time to get up. Of course, guess what? I was asleep again. So here we go. Hi, Kim. How are you? It's been a long time. I know. It's been a long time. I'm sure you guys have been wondering, like, where is Classy Shade Designs? I have, I don't really have an excuse. I've been working. I've still been crafting, but some of my crafts have not been things that I had the time to show. And a lot of things I would be like, even on this one, kind of rushing to pull them together so that I can get items completed. And then just didn't have the opportunity to take the camera out and start recording. But what I have decided to do is just do more lives and let you guys see me watch while I'm working and listen to what's going on. My channel will be morphing a little bit because I am going to try to get away from some of the glam. I'll still do that because that is my original love, but it's only so much you can create and do new. And then for me, I liked when I created glam projects, I'd like to put them around the house and have them up. And there's only so many places that I can have wood knots or glam items. And so it was just becoming a lot. But I've also, since last we met, since last we talked, I've really gotten deep into paper crafting and creating table favors and decorations for parties. And that's what this little Mickey will be for a party. So the channel will change a little bit. I still will create and design. Plus, it became kind of stressful to try to be on every week. This was supposed to be my outlet and relief for crafting. And it became very stressful to try to get a video up every week. Can't go do something that I needed to do because I needed to get my video edited and put up. And I just decided that it took the fun out of it, which probably made me walk away from it for a little while. But now I've come up to, in my mind, I've created what I think can be a way to get a little bit of both. Do my videos, which I love to share with you guys, ways to create, and then to also not make it a stress barrier for me. Because there was a time where I was hoping that I could grow my YouTube channel and have it become a really good source of income, but crafting was just supposed to be my enjoyment and relaxation, and it just became very, very stressful. I also had a transition. Of course, you know that I transitioned and we had sold the house, built a house, and so I was out of my house for a while, staying with my parents, which was super great, and really glad that took place. But didn't really have a place to craft while I was staying with my parents, and so of course that was contributed to my absence as well. And then in the course of there, my dad became very ill, and so while I didn't do all the work, there was some things that I tried to help alleviate some of the burden off of my mom, to give her some break and some relief. So there was a lot going on, but we're back, and here we are, crafting. So I hope things have been going well for you guys, and I still watch lots of YouTube videos and see all of the crafting that many of you do who have channels. It's pretty cool. And man, I have to tell you, some of these ladies, I am so impressed with the work that they've been doing on the glam channels. Super, super cute things. Super cute things. I am also very involved in politics here locally. I serve on our city council, and so that, of course, takes a lot of time, and I need to be make sure that I dedicate the appropriate amount of time to studying and reading all my documents so that I can properly serve my constituents. And so I just had a lot of reasons, like I said. But I think I've come up with a plan to make it work so that I don't have to just keep dipping in and out on a unrealistic basis. I will just turn the camera on, and as I start to craft, I will start recording, and those who can watch can, and those who have to catch it later will be able to catch it later. So these are his feet. Does that go like that? Yeah, it probably goes like this. Yeah, that looks better. These are his feet, and we are going to tape these down. These are pretty easy. Once you get all the once you get past the cutting, the rest of it is fairly, it's actually fun. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, and it's fun to put together after you get everything cut. It does take some time to cut, so I've cut ahead before coming live to not have you guys have to go through that painstaking time. And he's going to be 40 or 35 inches tall, which is a pretty good size for a paper Mickey. Pretty good size. Now that looks like it might be wrong. The reason I say it looks like this might be wrong is because this has a little dip right there. So I'm wondering if this goes like that to make it more rounded. Yeah. Yep. There we go. I probably should mark before I cut, like mark what's the front and what's the back on them. I don't, because I just, like I said, it's a jigsaw puzzle. And so I just cut and create and move forward. I just cut, create, and move forward. Let's see. Okay. So, oh, we still have this little piece of tail because I couldn't get the whole tail onto the board. So we still have a little piece of tail of him. Let's see. I will. He's huge. I wish I could show you guys the entire. He is big. Look at that. He's big. Okay. He's big. So how will I put the tail on? I'm just going to take a little piece of tape here. Kind of like a sliver of tape. It's a real fine piece. And I'm even going to cut it to make it even smaller. And tape his tail onto it. Onto him. All right. While another thing I like to do while I'm down here creating and crafting is I like to listen to church services. So today I was listening to T.D. Jakes preach, and that was pretty cool message for today. So all those, and you cannot have your you can't have your church service playing while you're crafting because YouTube will get you. So it's another factor that feeds to why you can't, what can slow a person down on crafting. Especially if they like to hear music or something while they craft. Some people like to listen to music while they craft, and not being able to have it on because of the YouTube police makes a difference. Okay, so there, we got his little tail on. I think I might put more. I'm going to secure that again on the back of there when I get that moving. There's our Mickey for all that you can see. Let me see if I move the camera No, that just moves him closer. Okay. Let's see. Here he is. Now what I am going to do, I'm going to fold them. And I'm going to put him out because we're going to work on specific parts at a time. So you see how big he is when he's folded in half. Wow, he's going to be really tall. Okay. I'm going to fold him there, and I'm going to start working on his face. So I've cut all my pieces, and I like to start from the top down. So these are a glitter cardstock that I found on Amazon. I am not sponsored by them, but I will tell you this has a really nice shimmer to it, but it leaves no fall off. So it has a texture as well. It's a glitter, but it's like a matted glitter or a pressed in glitter. And so we're going to place out our pieces onto our. Now these should all line up and fit perfectly because this was not an offset. This was an exact duplicate of the side. So we should have no black on the side. If I do, then that means I didn't cut it, or I don't have it placed properly. And this one looks like it reduced in size. Yeah. That shouldn't be like that, but okay, we'll keep going. And then this will be his little head connected to his ears. And then we have, after I get that in, we have his face. Look at Mickey. Isn't he starting to look like a Mickey Mouse? Hello, Mickey. There we go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start gluing this down. And I use two different kinds of glue. I use the tacky glue as well as the art glitter glue. For me, the art glitter glue dries really fast, and so it limits how much movement you can do on the pieces once you're putting them down. The tacky glue, it's thicker, it doesn't dry as fast, and so you can play around with the pieces more. And so what I'll do on this one, because I want to make sure that I get them situated and seated correctly, I'll use the tacky glue first. And then on other pieces, you'll see when I'll pull in and use the art glitter glue for making the difference. Thanks, Kim. I think it's going to be super cute too. And the young guy, it's his 4-year-old birthday party. And I'm a sucker for little kids. So even though I know she said that she was really going to cancel the order because she hadn't, and I'm like, just tell me when it is. I'll do it for you. 'Cause I'm a sucker for little kids as well. I just love kids. So we'll put that there and glue it down. I'm holding the head in place, or the face in place, because it matters that is glued in correctly too. And now we'll do this one. I try to put a good amount of glue on them so that I can, like I said, I can have room to move them around and that they don't come off. It is paper, so you don't want to put too much glue because it'll make it kind of warp. But I doubt that this will warp because this glitter paper is on a pretty heavy cardstock. It's on a pretty heavy cardstock. And be careful. You see, I'm working on top of my my Mickey body. So be careful not to get glue on places you don't want them to be. Because on some of Mickey, his body will show through, and on some it won't. So just be careful as you're placing your glue down. You can see I have some that squeeze out here. That's okay because it should dry clear. And we have his little face that will go on top of it. So I think we'll be okay with having that little bit of squeeze out. And place him. Now let's go ahead and move for the next ear. I'm in a part of a YouTube group, Andrina's Creation, and I had showed that I made a Winnie the Pooh and I made Princess Tiana, and the group had asked, "How did you make that?" And I said, "Well, I'll go in and try to do a design for it," which of course returned my love for videos, doing videos, but it was fairly quick trying to make that for them just so that I could have it up. I kind of feel like I cheated them on understanding all the paths of what it takes to go through this, but it is a from beginning to end really quick video on how to create a Mickey. Look at that glitter in that. It's gonna be so cute. It's gonna be so cute, Mickey, Mickey, Mickey. All right. Now his face. Let me get this. I know it's gonna dry. I'm just gonna try to take it off though, some of it. Okay. Now on this one, I'm going to use the Art Glitter glue, Art Glitter, and I am going to. I'm just going to because this one we can go ahead and we don't. Once we get it positioned, we really won't need to move it. I hope. I hope. Now let's just do the Art Glitter glue here. I hate that it rained last night too because I really need to get outside and cut my grass. And I don't like to cut the grass when it's wet because it leaves all those tire tracks. So I like for the rain, I like it to be good and dry, but especially around the creek that runs in between my my little yard, I need to weed all that out, and I can't do that when it's wet. And then for some reason, I have the mud daubers. Wasps love my yard, and so I don't like to be out there when they're and that water makes them come to. See how I can't even move that. Look at how that's dried on there already. That Art Glitter glue is the bomb, but it does dry fast. Dries really fast. On screen, on camera, this is looking like it's white, but I actually used a soft pink for his skin. It's looking white, but it's a soft pink. Okay, next I think I am going to turn him, and let's go ahead and do his arm. And because his arm was so big, I had to cut it in half. So I sliced it right here. And I think when we put these together, it will work fine. And we'll put him, it's part of his shirt and part of his arm. So I think you will be good, Mickey. You will be fine. Don't stress out, Mickey. So let's go ahead and put some, this one, this is the Tack It glue. Make sure we get it all over. And let's watch to make sure we don't drag it. Start from the bottom and work my way up. Started from the bottom, now we're here. I've had the question about too, what happens if you get to the end and it's not, it doesn't pair up, like there's something with the shoes or something's different. So it's a paper craft, and while you want it to be as accurate as you can get it, it is not machine made, it is man made, and so there will be errors. So don't stress out about it. Just enjoy having fun with doing it, right? You can see for me, it's all like little puzzle pieces after we get moving. It all becomes a little puzzle piece. And I've made Mickey's entire body glitter. I just thought that would be cool to have him be glitter. I need to move on. Come on, Mickey. I know I'm not out of glue. It's just not squeezing out. And I try to lay it on its side so that it doesn't flow all the way back to the bottom again. But it doesn't want to play fair. Doesn't want to play fair with the homegirl. Oh, yeah, that's going to be so cute. Okay. So he is coming right along. Now we've got his arms. We've got his... I'll do his face last. I like to do the faces last. I don't know why, but I like to do the faces last. So we're going to now go into moving into his... let's put his tail on. But in order to do that, let's go ahead and do his hands. Okay. So we just keep working down. We've got his hands. I've cut those out. And just regular white cardstock. There's everything. That's the white cardstock there. And we will go ahead and lay his hands out and do those. These are the buttons on his shirt. These are his eyes. That'll go like this one. Will go there. Let's see. It's going to go like that. That one's going to go there. And this eye will go like that. And then we've got some pieces that go in between there. Did I cut those out? I can't remember if I cut those out or not. I'll have to check and see. Okay. Anyway, we'll keep going. I feel like I'm rushing. I feel like I'm undergone. Maybe I feel that way because you guys are watching me. But I do. I feel like I'm just like trying to rush. And I don't want to make mistakes while I'm trying to rush it through because it matters that it's right for my little guy. But I really feel like I'm rushing. This is a button. And maybe because I don't want this to be an 18-hour video as well. That will go there. Oh, that's so cool. It's going to be awesome. This one is going to come in and go here, right? And then this will go here. This is going to be so cool. This is the first time I've done a Mickey. It's going to be tight. Let's flip this. Maybe that goes like that. Yeah, that fits better. Flip it on the other side. Okay. Sweet. Sweet. All right, let's glue. Let's glue. Thank you, Kim. I love that. I love it. I wish that the one thing I wish about live is like there was an opportunity to actually have live interaction back and forth because sometimes you can feel like you're sitting out here talking to the wind, right? But I love that you're here with me. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate that so much. More than you know, my friend. More than you know. I don't think we have long to go. Once we get this part moving, we won't have very much. It won't be long. So we will get this. You see that? Can you see the glue? Oh, you can see the amount of glue that I put on there now. Yeah. And what I do is I put the glue on so that I have enough on it to hold it in place. And then after I'm completely done with it, I will look back at it to see spots that are lifting and may need glue. And I'm going to make sure to reinforce this one because it is going to a young kids party and it is Mickey Mouse. That's just a recipe for touching, right? The little ones will definitely want to touch him, so I'm going to make sure to reinforce the sides of this one, of Mickey. So that our littles don't feel bad when they touch him and it doesn't come off. I am hopeful that his party starts at 3, is what she told me. So I am hopeful that I can also do a nameplate for him. But if not, I will at least have this done, and it will at least be a celebratory moment for him, for the little Mickey. Yeah, but I would love to be able to get his nameplate added to it. And it's a simple name, so but we'll see. No pressure. No pressure. Got enough pressure trying to rush this through here, so. That could stand to be positioned a little bit better. This art glitter glue, oh boy, does it ever. It dries so fast. I mean, it has a really good stick. It's a good glue. But it goes fast. If you make an error, you may find that it's hard to correct it because it is going to stick down faster than you may hope. I don't like that at all. Let's try it one more time. Let's just do that. Okay. I don't know, that hand. I'm not crazy about this hand, but it's going to have to do for right now. All right. And we've got the eyes. I've got them laid out. I might as well glue them down. Nope, I'm not going to. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on the eyes. I'm going to stretch Mickey out. Look at how he's looking. Hello, world. Hello, world. Hello, Mickey. How are you, honey? How are you today? All right, so we're going to stretch them out. Let's move our stuff here, our cut pieces, so that we don't lose these cut pieces. All right. And now we're going to give them some pants. The tongue will go right here. Let's go ahead and give them a tongue. How about that? How about that? We'll go ahead and give them a tongue, and then we'll give them some pants. Right there. Okay. Move this out of the way. Give me a little bit more room to put them up on the stand here. Okay. Okay. Gave them a tongue. Now we'll give them some pants. And the there's my, I need those little dots. And pants will go like this on him. How about that? How about that? How cool is that? And then these will come in for his little buttons. Just like that, or vice versa. I may have them in the wrong space. I'll have to look. And before we glue them down, we'll make sure we have them right side up, upside right, and in the right holes. It looks like those are the right holes. We just have to, yeah, those are sitting right. That's right. Okay. So let's glue his pants on him. And this little piece right there is hanging on by a really tight thread. So I want to make sure that I get this on well. And sometimes when I have little bitty, I just try to make a dot on it. Dot it down. I didn't catch that that was such a thin piece when I was cutting this around. Again, like I said, be careful if you glue it on your, if you're gluing on, applying the glue while you're having it lay on your background, just to make sure that you don't get glue onto the piece that you don't want it to be on in case it's exposed. In case there's exposed like that, got glue on it there. Okay, hold on, honey. Oh, I got glue on up there, and I don't like that. All right. You get a small amount of glue on that there. I'll have to clean that up in a little bit. Okay. All right, there's Mickey's pants. Let's give him his buttons since they're here. This art glitter glue is amazingly quick adhesion to it. It's amazingly quick. There's that button. And the next button. If I get time to add his name, I'll run it across the middle here. There's the button number 2. Now I'm going to get a baby wipe and wipe some of the glue off my hands. Oh, look, that's Mickey Baby Wipe. That wasn't planned, but that's pretty cool. Oh, that's cool. I love that. Wipe some of the glue off of my hands. Okay. So then what we will do now is we can actually, I think what I'll do is go ahead and glue his tail on, and we'll have all of that complete. And so the tail pieces look like this. Again, it's glitter. And this little piece right here. Where does this piece go? What is this piece? Oh, that's his hand up around here. Okay. I'm telling you, it's a jigsaw puzzle. You got all these pieces you're trying to figure out, like, where did this come from? It all made sense when I was cutting it, but now that I've got to put it all together, you're kind of like, what? Where did this piece come from? Okay, this was the glitter around this. But I don't want this on there because this is his glove and it's not his body. So I'm going to get rid of that because that doesn't make sense. If you think about it, like his body is supposed to be all glitter. And if that's a part of his glove, there's no purpose of me having a, of me putting that on his hand because his hand wouldn't be gaping outside of his glove, right? So I don't know why, I don't know why I did that. That was stupid, but I'm not going to use it. Not going to use it. And it looks like I may have cut this wrong too. Looks like I cut it 2 pieces that really only go, I really only need a little piece. Did I cut that wrong? I think so. Okay, so we're just going to glue this part of the tail down and be done with. This is real life. This is what we go through, real life crafting. I know sometimes when we edit the videos, you only get to see the really pretty parts. They're really pretty parts, and it doesn't show how what you go through to try to make something work because we edit it down to make it within a certain period of time. But when you're live, you get to see all the good, bad, and the ugly, completely exposing everything that's done behind the scenes when you're live and doing it like this. There. So I think then I really only need this part of the tail because if you can see here, you can see on the back of here where it's just that part. So I don't know why I cut it twice or cut it as long as I did because I really only need this little bitty piece of the tail to go on the back of there. No telling what Sharon Tucker did. It made sense when I did it, I'm sure. I'm sure it made sense when I was cutting it. But we will leave that like that. Okay. Keep going on, and we will do his legs. That's how his legs will go. And then the other part after that will be his shoes and his eyes. We are making progress. I think we will have time to do his name. I won't do that live. I'll just do it, and then I'll post pictures after it's all done. And when I go back and edit down the video, I will include pictures of the complete project with this little name on there so you guys have a chance to see. Yeah, look at that. How beautiful. This has this piece on here, which I don't think I need either because that makes it look like his foot, his skin isn't sticking out like that. So I'm going to cut that off. Yeah, that looks better. Have his skin sticking out. If the glitter is supposed to be his skin, we don't want it to be in places that the skin shouldn't be. And that happened because I created this file kind of to make it an SVG. It wasn't an SVG. And so I just tried to make it one for me. So there are areas that are cut differently than probably would be if I had purchased it as an SVG. But whatever. All right. So we got his legs. He's got his pants on. He's got a tail. And now we have to do his shoes. And I probably made the shoes more complicated than I needed to because instead of just doing like one color for shoes, I wanted to give it some contrast and give it some like shadowing, if you would. So you can see here that the shoes will be two different types of yellow to make it shadow. And I probably would be right about now the time that I regret that I did that. I also ripped that, so I got to fix that. It's probably the time that I would regret that I did this that way, but it's going to be, I think it's just a little extra that'll make it cute. Right? Just a little bit extra that'll make it cute. I mean, we could do plain Jane all day, but if we're going this far, we might as well go, right? If we're going to do it, we might as well go all the way. If you jump in, jump all the way in. My mom always says, if you're going to do it, if it's worth doing right. And she's right. She's right. It'll look better. I'll be happy when it's done. We'll just take our time and get it done. And since Kim is here with me, I'm not going to cheat Kim. I'm going to do it right, Kim. Okay? I am going to do it right. And we have this will go on the bottom of each one of these. Boy, this is a lot of pieces of these shoes. I might take those off. This will go on the bottom of here. Oop, flips back like that. Somewhere. Goes on the bottom somewhere. We'll figure that one out. And then these little pieces go inside of here like that. Yeah, yep. This one can come up more. That's what it is. Comes up a little bit more. And that goes like that. And then that will fit in there. There we go. Okay. And this one, I don't know. Okay, that's the feet. I'm going to get my tool. It's a quick stick from We Are Memory. I like it because it has this end on it, which helps you pick up pieces like that. Has like a little sticky end in it, and you can pick up pieces. Not endorsed, just telling you that I like the tool. Not even going to leave a link because I am not endorsed. And so we'll start gluing. It is if you are into paper crafting, it is a great tool to have in your stash. It is a great tool to have. I don't know if it picks up anything outside of paper, but it is a pretty cool tool. I keep saying like I'm not endorsed or watching my words because YouTube has changed the rules so much that I don't want to have my video censored or taken off after you've gone through all the headache of doing all the stuff that we're doing. The last thing you want to do is do or say something that makes them take the video off. So it's a great platform. It has some rules that it has to abide by for reasons to keep them protected, and I totally understand it. So I don't want to have to be taken off. Hi, Shar. I think that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Mickey. It's going to be adorable. Adorable. And I am, I have to tell you, just by Kim saying, don't rush, don't worry, I'm here, has helped me relax a little bit because I think I was starting to even get sweaty. Like, man, come on, Sharon Tucker, you don't have to be that nervous. I don't have to be that nervous, but I really was. I really was getting like, okay. It's been a while since I've been on, and yeah, it's been a while, but here I am. I feel like mystical. Here I go. Here I go. Yeah, that's going to be super cute. I'm trying to decide if this one should go over here or if that one goes over here. Or do they add value at all? What do you guys think? Tell me, do you think I even need to worry about these two little strips? Are they adding value to it at all? Or should I just like forego it and be I'm done? What's your thought? Are they adding any value to the project? Keep them or don't keep them? That is the question on hand. I value your input. I'm waiting because I know there's a delay. But should I keep them or should I get rid of them? Shar says go for it. Kim says I like it without. That's 50-50 odds since you guys are the only two people commenting. What do we do? What do we do? That's 50-50. I love it. I love it. I tell you what we'll do. We will take the 50-50 odds and we will do 50-50 results. So one I will and one I won't because I'm not sure that it's being beneficial at all. And we'll see what happens, right? I love it. Thanks, you guys. It's pretty awesome. That cracked me up. That made me laugh. Like, go for it. Keep it without. uh, that is the joy of live comments, live commentary, live. Why is that? Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh crap. Crap. I don't want that to. There's another spot. I've got to wipe that down. I should have done this piece first. Yep. Let's see if I can get this up. Let's see if I don't create too much glitter lag on it. Oh, come on, man. Okay. Should have done that big piece first. Didn't even realize it. That's all right. And this one's already struggling. Like this piece has already got its challenges. I might have to recut this piece all over again. Or maybe the name will go across there. Maybe the name won't be on the stomach. Maybe the name will get completed and it'll grow across this foot. That sucks. Okay. I mean, it is what it is, but I hate that I did that. Live TV, baby. Live crafting. Can't hide it. Can't hide it. I should have put this piece down first. Got it positioned and then put the big yellow piece down. So I didn't realize that. This piece overlaps it so much. So that's what I should have done. And then because this glue that I use dries so fast, if I try to pull this up, it's going to rip it even more than it already is. So I don't want that to happen. I don't know. You can kind of see it on the screen here. Let me look at this. You can kind of see it's bent right there. You can see it's got some bends in it right there. So I will fix that. I will fix that somehow. I don't know. I'm not going to give it to him like that. I know that much. So I will fix it. Because we've come too far to turn back now. We've come too far to turn back now. This one's going to go here. And this one's going to go there. Look at that. I put them on without even... I put them on without even really realizing because I'm torn about what I just did. The stupid mistake I just made on that one. Okay. I'm upset about that shoe. I mean, you can't really... I can see it. That's the part that I'm upset about. I can see it. It doesn't matter that you can't really see it. I don't want to say that. I can see it. So I'm upset that it's like that. Okay. He's big. He is adorable. And I think I did forget to cut out his little eye pieces that go there. Yep, I did. So I've got to cut those out. Man, it's the worst part. Like when you start making mistakes or whatever, then it's like everything, like, it seems like everything can go downhill. And I don't want to make it seem like it's all dramatic, like, oh, it's the end of the world. It's not. But for me, if you start making mistakes, then it seems like mistakes just come more frequently than thereafter. And so I'm going to just take a pause and print these. What I'm doing right now, you guys, is I'm on my silhouette, getting ready to print the pieces that I forgot to print for his eyes. And so I'm just going to take a pause and print these out. And while I'm doing that, I'm just lamenting of how, for me, when I start making mistakes, like it just seems like things start going south. So I'm just taking a piece of the cardstock that was messed up from earlier, and I'm going to use this to print those little pieces for his eyes. Don't you go anywhere. You get right back up there. You cannot get down. Don't you try to get down from there. Put this on there. Hold that as a weight. So that is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right? The good, the bad, and the ugly. I found this mat on Amazon. It's not a silhouette mat, but it fits a silhouette. And it's actually very good. It's not as flimsy as some of the silhouette mats are. And I like it because it has a good tack to it as well. And it's not as flimsy as the other mats are. Okay. So while that is printing out, we still can go ahead and move forward with the eyes on this part. So this will go like that, and this one will go here. I don't know why I always do that, why I do these like this, because I'm going to have to move them anyway. So why do I even, but sometimes I just like to see that they're going to, see, I changed those because they fit better like that. Let me get my little tool here and put my glue on it. Yeah. I need the little black pieces that go inside the eyes, Kim. That's the part that I forgot to pick out. We've got this, but yeah, we need the little black pieces. And I remember now what happened because I was cutting. I had them on the mat ready to cut, and then my machine messed up, and I needed to recut a piece of the glitter cardstock. And so I didn't go, I moved them off of the mat to redo the piece that I needed to recut, and I didn't go back and cut it. So it's all good. It's all good. Because and that's that short period of time, it's done. So we will have his nose that will go there, and his eyes there. This will go here like that, and then I have the little dots that go inside of them. So it's good. It's going to be great. It's going to work. I don't know why this has this piece on it. I'm not sure if this piece is worth it. I'm going to cut that off. I don't think that's worth being on there. It's just headache. Headache, you're gone. Be gone. Okay. So now, yeah, that will go just like that. I know you can't see it. I know you're probably going, Sharon, why did you go through all that for this little piece and it's already black? You're putting black on top of black. But if you see right across here, let me see if I can bring it in. I'm going to bring the camera in. If you see right across there, you can see where I sliced on the back to make this to make the mat for him that I'm gluing him down on. And so I want these pieces that I have here to cover up that slicing. And that's why I'm going through the headache. Yep, I absolutely could put the little white dots on top of there without having to go through all this. But this just makes it look better that you don't see that line behind there where we sliced it together at. If that makes sense. And thus the reason I am going through this added little piece to have that on, right? And then I've got my white dots. Here are the white dots that will go into each one of these eyes. And that'll cover that all up. Ah, look at how he came alive when you put his eyes in. Didn't he come alive? Oh my gosh. He came alive. And I'm just going to drop this inside of here instead of trying to put it on the little bitty thing. And I can see where the that. We'll do the same. See how great this tool is because it helps you pick these little pieces up. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. Didn't he come alive? Yes. Sis. Yes. 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 Hello, Mickey. You look wonderful today. I have these pieces. I don't need this on here. I'm going to cut these off. Didn't catch them before, but again, we trim them off now. They add nothing and they take nothing by taking them off. We lose no value to it. Yes. His little nose will be the same, and then we have a white dot that's going to go on his nose. Bless my husband's heart. He's upstairs cooking his Sunday breakfast. Yes, it is 1:45. He's a second shift person, so he sleeps late. But his tradition for himself is he loves Sunday morning breakfast, or he loves breakfast. On Sundays only, though. Look at that. You can't see that. There we go. Look at that. That's going to be cute. Anyway, he loves breakfast on Sundays only, so it's his thing that he cooks him a breakfast every Sunday morning. And he's so funny because he's not really his version of cooking is he makes his homemade pancakes, and then he puts his sausage links in the microwave. He makes his eggs, but then he microwaves everything else, and he likes it. I love it, and I just let him enjoy it. I'm not getting in his way. Because otherwise he'd probably ask me to do it for him. And I don't like to cook. I hate the grocery store. And so anytime that I can not have to do either one of those things, I am okay with it. And I love that he's okay with me not liking to cook. Right? I love that he's okay with that because I hate to cook. Now, I say that I think that I can cook enough for us to eat. I just don't find joy in cooking. It's just not my zhuzh. This little piece right here was in there we could add this if we wanted to I don't even know why. What is it for? It doesn't do anything. I'm not vibing on that. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't think it needs it. I don't think it adds to it or takes away from it. So I'm not going to do that. You guys, he's done. Oh my gosh. He is totally complete. He is adorable. Let me see if I'm going to try to bring you out so you can see him completely here. At least a portion of him. His face, his feet, his everything. He's done. Oh my gosh, he is done. He looks wonderful too. He looks great. Okay, now what are we going to do with this big Mickey? I am going to put him on the back of a foam board, and I'll let you see that. Thank you, Kim. I'm glad you love it. Thank you, Shar. I appreciate that. I'm going to put him on, in order for him to be able to stand, he needs to be on, because, I mean, he's flimsy, right? He is very flimsy. But what I do is I have foam boards from the Dollar Tree. And I put them on the back of foam boards so that they can stand up. I'll show you this one. This is Princess Tiana, and I put them on the back of foam boards and put a stand on the back of them. So this is how it makes it hard and it makes it rigid, and then they can stand when they're on the back of the foam board. And so Mr. Mickey is probably going to take more than one foam board to get him positioned, because his arms are wide, his ears are wide. His feet are wide. He's just big. He's just a big guy. So what I'm going to do is just cut him in pieces to put him on the foam board. Okay. Yeah. You're a big, you are a big guy. I knew I was making you big. I just didn't realize I was making you this big. Can you guys see that? And I think the other thing about him is the way that he's standing. It makes him a challenge because he's not just like a straight up and down. He's not narrow, straight up and down. He is hanging out. And then he has this tail that sticks out too, so that makes it even more work for him. But all you do from this point is just trace him around on the foam board, and we're going to cut him out after we trace him. Try to hold it down so that you don't move it. Try to hold it in position as best you can. If you can't hold your piece of art without it moving, you can put some tape behind it onto the foam board and tape it down. And then you want to use like a removable tape so that you can take it up and move it when you need to. But you just keep tracing him around. And be careful not to do what I just did and got onto the actual drawing. Onto the actual Mickey. The tail is probably going to be the piece that I need to be really careful with, making sure that it doesn't move because it's so fragile. All right. Just continue to trace him. Now you'll see that this will become very sturdy once we put him on the back of this foam board. And the tracing doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to cut inside the foam board so that he's just backed up on the foam board. All right. And then I'll have to come back and do his ears and stuff on another piece of foam board. I'm going to move Mickey out the way. He's really tall. He's really tall. Tragedy. Okay. Okay, that crash you heard were pieces falling. Were pieces falling, that's what you heard. Okay, I'm getting my X-Acto knife here. And I'm just using the Cricut X-Acto knife. I like it because it has a big thick handle or place to hold it, but you can use any X-Acto knife. Thanks, Shar. You can use any X-Acto knife on it. And here I'm just going to cut along the line. And I'm going to try to make the trick to this is just to make a stroke, right? Don't try to lift your blade or else you'll get it kind of choppy behind it. And you don't want it to be choppy. You just want it to be a clean stroke. And so I'm just cutting deep. Hit something that I drug across there and make a clean stroke. What was that? Oh no. Oh, sorry, you guys. Something in the foam board, maybe. Make a clean stroke onto the cut. Now, you will notice that while I am cutting this, I am actually on the tail cutting right on the line because the tail is so thin. I want the entire thing to be covered behind the foam board. The rest of the design, I don't want the foam board to show behind it. So I'm going to cut inside of the white lines, and it doesn't have to be a perfect cut. As you can see here, I'm going in and in up until I get to the bottom, because I do want his feet to rest on the ground. And so I want this to be a solid, supportive board, right? So I'm going to cut this away. Let me get connected. And maybe it's there. There we go. Oh, there we go. See, that bent that already. And that's where that hard cut was at. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know. All right, I need to save this because I might need this piece for backing one of his ears. So I don't want to get rid of that. And then I'm going to come back inside here and cut out. And just make sure your strokes are good, clean strokes, and then coming down to the end, this foot. Same here, cutting this foam board. And here, because I'm going to the bottom, I want to make sure that I get so that when he stands, he's standing on the foam board along with standing on. You don't want him standing on the paper because the paper will bend and tear and it's not strong enough to hold him to stand on it. But the foam board will be able to hold him standing on it. So that's all I'm doing. So you can see the cuts there. And now the rest of it I can just cut. After I cut this piece, I can cut inside of the foam board again. And trust me, when you're doing these, you do want to make your strokes clean and even, because that will, when you can see the edge, it won't look all yucky, right? You don't want it to look yucky on the edge. So try to get your strokes clean and even as possible. Be careful with the surface you're cutting on. I am cutting on a self-healing mat, so I'm not ruining my table. But just be careful of the surface that you cut on. Be aware of what you're cutting on so that you don't damage your items below it. And make sure that if there is something underneath there, you don't cut that too, right? This self-healing mat is great. I'm going to save this piece as well because I think I might need it also for part of Mickey's head. And I'll show you how I tape those together to make them work. And then we just come here and cut this out for his hand. And this is part of his face. That's cut out. Where else do we have? Oh, we still have this inside of here. And cutting there and there. There. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. What did I do with my blade master? All right, let's look at them. Let's bring them back in. Let's pair them up. That's how he is going to go on this tail should be. I'm going to use my tail as my guide because the tail should be totally on, totally covered. So the tail will help me know if I have them placed right. He is big, but that's how it'll look on here. And then I'll do the ears and stuff separately. I'm gonna flip this over so you can kind of see what I'm talking about on the back side, even though he's not taped down. Flip him. That's what it looks like on the back. So we went inside so that we can have it. It won't, the foam board won't show, but it'll be on the bottom so that he can stand on it. And then all I'll do for this is glue it on too. But I need to do the ears and the rest of his head. So what will happen with the ears, these pieces that I took off, and I said I'm going to save for his hand and his head, I'm going to use some black tape, and I will tape this together on the back and all the pieces where I need to tape, and then I'll just draw out and cut those pieces out as well to make it larger. I'm just trying to get the most use out of the foam board so that I can try to use one foam board instead of two, for two reasons. One being I'm almost out of time, and two being I'd have to go to the store and buy another one. Both being valid reasons, right? Both being valid reasons. So we're going to tape these with some tape. The good thing is that we don't have to have the back as beautiful as the front. And I think we've done a great job on the front. So how long have we been on here? We've been, okay, an hour and 16 minutes. We're going to wrap it up here soon. I do want you guys to kind of see what it looks like at the end, though. Kim, you've been with me so long. Char's hanging in there, too. I want you guys to see how Mickey will be. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to flip them over and apply a little bit of tape for extra support on the front, too. This tape won't be seen because the whole thing will be covered up with the project. Now, Kim, I'm no longer under pressure because you guys are watching me. I'm under pressure because I got to get this delivered to the party. But I can make it, I can make it. I can make it, I can make it. There he is. Okay. Flip him. Draw the ear. Support for the ear. Draw the head. Support for the head. Cutting. Okay, I had to move him over just a little bit because he wasn't quite on the thing right. But all right. Okay. Let's move him out the way again. And cut inside of here. Cut this little piece. Okay. I can take this. I mean, we cutting and pasting, baby. We are cutting and pasting. I think I'm good now with enough. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys see me glue them down and finish them out. And he will be good to go. We're going to glue them down, finish them out. small piece of tape here. I'm going to get a small piece of tape and fix that tail. I'm not sure why that piece did that. We're going to just match it around. Okay. Here he is, live and in color. And at this point in time, what I'm going to do is make sure that my feet, let's turn them around. He's as tall as I am. I mean, like, how tall are you, buddy? I'm going to start on the feet because I want the feet to be balanced. This should be even. And at this point, all I do is just start gluing him down. I lift him up a little bit at a time. I take my glue and I'm going to start with the fast drying. You can also use tape, hot glue. I like the glue, whichever one you want to use, but those other items also work. And I just do him like this while he's laid down on here. Let me get that off of there. To help get him on. But you can use hot glue, tape to put him down. I just like glue. Some people don't like to deal with glue. It doesn't bother me. You just want to get them stuck to the foam board. At the end of the day, that's all you're trying to do. Is get them stuck to the foam board. It's stuck on the bottom. And so what I'll do now is just peel them back and start taping or start gluing all the way from the top up. Make sure I get a lot of glue on his tail because it is thin. And we'll just start gluing him down. Okay. Work in small sections so that I can adhere the small sections down. I use the black foam board because that helps hide any flaws. And what I'll do sometimes, I've done in the past, is I've come along with a marker and I've colored the foam board edges black so that they wouldn't show the white. But because we have limited amount of time on this one, I probably won't be able to do that. I don't like this, so I'm going to take that off of there. It sounded good when I did it, but it doesn't look good. So we're going to take this off because we do want this to be worth giving, and that makes it not worth giving, in my opinion. So let's take this off of here, which in turn, I hope doesn't make it even weaker. But that didn't work, so we're going to take that off. Let's go ahead and just finish gluing the tail down. Maybe the 3 items holding each other together will help. I tell you what. The question is not whether or not I can do it. The question is whether or not I'm racing against the clock. I'm racing against the clock. Hi, triplets. They say, really, Aunt Sharon? I am racing against the clock, you guys. I am racing against the clock. I can do it, though. I can do it. We got this. Just hang in there with me. We got this. If we're done by A few more minutes. I think we are golden. Let's see, what else do we need to do? We need to finish gluing his body down. Yeah, he's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be worth it. The little kid will be happy, and that makes me happy. Let me cut this away a little bit more right here. Our little guy should be happy, which will make me ultimately, I'm cutting this away because I can see too much of it through the, so I didn't get a good cut on that. And I want to get that cut right. So if our young kid is, our little guy is happy and he likes it, then it'll make it all worth it to me. Cut this away a little bit more. Yep, and it looks like right there I need to cut it away. I'm holding it up if you notice that so that I don't cut my Mickey. That would be horrible. There we go. That'll be better. If we went all the way here, sis, and we cut Mickey, y'all will see a grown woman cry. 50 plus years in tears. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. No joke. 50 plus years in tears. And I'm not even afraid to say it. Y'all will see a grown woman cry, so I'm moving him away so I don't cut him. I just see edges coming through the paper that I don't like, and so I'm cutting those edges a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, that shows better. Our hand, it's coming through here. See that? Oh, you guys can't see it. Right here, the foam board is coming through too much, so I'm going to cut that out a little bit more. I don't want that foam board to show at all on the back of there. That's better. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's finish gluing. Okay. Finish gluing. I see a spot on the ear that I don't like. Take that out. One more. Just cutting that out too. And okay, yep, that's good. I'll move them around just a little bit because I see like these spots right here, I didn't cut them small enough. So you don't want that to show. And just cut it out so that it doesn't show even here. Okay. There we go. There we go. Need just a little bit of foam for that hand and a little bit of foam for this hand. And Mickey will be done. All right. I'm going to just show you guys what we have thus far so you guys can see. And then we're going to end the live. And I will finish them up and I'll show some pictures. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll put it on Instagram where you'll get a chance to see. It is Sharon Tucker, Classy Shade Designs on Instagram. And I'll try to add a photo in our community so you can see it in the community as well. It'll be later today because I've got to get this over to his party. But if you bear with me for just 1 second, I will see if I can show you what we have. Oh, yeah. He's tremendously tall. Okay, I am trying to stand him up here in the back. Okay, stay there. All right, and let's see, you guys. I'm going to try to take you down off the tripod and see if I can show you the Mickey. I don't want to make you sick, so bear with me as I unscrew this and let you see him. Isn't he fabulous? Oh my God, he's huge. There's Princess Tiana, Princess Cinderella, and there's Mickey. I just have to put a stand board on the back of him and fix a few other spaces, but that is him. Adorable. Adorable. Okay. So that's it, you guys. I am going to finalize. Oh, there's a picture of my craft room. I'm going to finalize this and get it on. And thanks for rocking with me this Sunday. And I hope to see you next Sunday. If you've been here for the entire hour and a half, I so love and appreciate you. Kim, thank you so much. Shar, thank you so much for your comments and just hanging out with the girl this day. So there you are. And I will see you in our next video. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye, you guys.